Hello, Fit and Fun Game players. This is Kyle Newton, and thank you for joining us on tonight's webinar and conference call. It is so exciting to be doing these game updates bi-weekly, guys. I'm getting tons of feedback on people who love to watch these, who love to find out, how all the teams are doing, how the competition is heating up, and also, most importantly, really hearing from other people and putting some faces to different team members and people that are playing. And one of those faces that'll be joining us a little bit later on tonight is Tracy Brown. Tracy's been with Isagenix for 5 years, been playing the financial game, as we call it at the Fit Fun game, for about 3 years, played her first round and is coming into the completion of that here shortly and is already geared up to lead a team. So in a couple minutes I'll be going over to her and sharing with her. Guys, the competition has been absolutely phenomenal. We're going to look at the leaderboard here in a little bit, and we're going to take a look at the finalization of match 1. Guys, the results have absolutely been phenomenal. I tallied up the pounds and inches lost today just on match 1 players, and not every single person played full on. We got a couple teams that, just the nature of the game, about maybe 10%, maybe 2 out of 23 or so didn't fully engage with the product, and they didn't enter their scores. They were still doing different things, but about 23 players entered their scores, entered their pounds and inches, and in 4 weeks they released 208 pounds and over 510 inches of toxic fat from their bodies. Now that's with many people like myself, Ty, and others building lean muscle mass, which was offsetting the pounds lost, offsetting the inches lost. And so guys, we are absolutely feeling phenomenal. The game is rocking. Friday's call with Peter Greenlaw, as he shared with us the mysteries and the insight and the technology behind this nutritional system, was absolutely a phenomenal call. You're going to find that in your university tab under the game daily update calls, and you'll want to go to 422, April 22nd's call, and listen to Peter Greenlaw's call. It was absolutely phenomenal. Had another great day today, being able to spend about an hour on the phone with him and Kirk as we talked about product B and how it relates to the Isagenix nutritional system and how that product is going to revolutionize even further this powerful nutritional system that we're using. Guys, the game is absolutely producing results. Take for example Peter. He's been in Isagenix for quite some time. As I shared with him the power of the scorecards, the power of the leaderboards, the power of game dynamic and social media and all the different technologies that are within the game, he was like, whoa, I really see a difference. Kirk and I have been developing systems for 3 years. One of the first systems that Kirk developed was in some degree partnership with Peter Greenlaw, the Go Cleanse system, and then it's taken many iterations. But I think after a decade of my personal experience, a decade of Kirk's experience, we have come to that place where Malcolm Gladwell calls we have become outliers, which means we've got our 10,000 hours and our 10 years clocked in, and we have created a cutting-edge system in the Fit and Fun game. And guys, we now see over 90% of the people who have been playing and already played 1 round are playing their 2nd, 3rd. Some people are even starting their 4th back-to-back round of the 4-week overall health transformation. And that's not because they're not receiving results. It means that they are in a place where they are leveling up to living long and living strong for the rest of their lives. And they understand that this nutritional technology is such a key component to that. And I can't think of anybody better that's going to be able to share a little bit about that than Tracy Brown. Tracy, like I said, she has been involved in Isagenix now for 5 years. And those first couple of years, she was a product user, if you want to call it that way. She was actually using the Isagenix nutritional system as part of her daily nutritional system. And then somewhere along the line, it kind of dawned on her, there's a financial game here. There's a financial incentives game here. I'm going to let her share a little bit about that. She's very successful on the financial side. She's really leveled up. But most importantly, she is a phenomenal human being, is in the process of launching her first team. And so she's going to come on and share with us for a few minutes her experience, not only with the Isagenix nutritional system, but with the game as well. So Tracy, are you with us? And have you joined us?
I'm here, Kyle. Thanks for asking me on.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have you, Tracy. You look beautiful there.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Stuff like that.
Now, Tracy, where are you from? Where are you calling in from or videoing in from?
I live in Delta, Colorado, on the western slope of Colorado, and I'm actually a Colorado native, but I grew up on the other side of the Rockies, so I'm actually a native of the Denver area.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Tracy, in our talk a little bit before we got on this particular webinar, you shared with me you've been with Isagenix for 5 years, and then somewhere around that time frame, you got introduced to the financial side of Isogenics, began really building your business in 3 years. Give me a little bit of background on your experience with Isogenics. And of course, all of this was pre-Fit and Fun Game. So tell me a little bit about both your product experience in those initial years and then how you started engaging in what we call the financial incentives game.
Well, it's funny. My product experience is wonderful. I just wanted to do a cleanse. That's why I was doing this. And initially, I didn't want to lose weight. I wasn't about that. I just wanted to cleanse my body. I had just had 2 children and was really ready to do that. And what I found was 30 days after I started my program, I ran out of shake, and about 3 days later, I was overnighting it. I was spending the cost to overnight the product back to me. I really realized how much better I felt when I was on this than when I wasn't on it. So my product experience was wonderful, but I was in another business at the time, and so I really wasn't interested in the business of this. And it wasn't until my friend finally said, "Okay, whatever that is, I want to use it. Show me what it is." So I said, "Okay, well, I'll figure out how to do all that." Got her started, and somebody else overheard my conversation about that, and they wanted to start, and I didn't really have any choice. The next thing I know, and so I had to come out of the closet. I was a closet user of Isogenics, and so I decided the other company just wasn't going to work for me anymore because this is where I really had my heart, and I use the products every day. I've used them every day for the last 5 years, with the exception of those 3 days that I ran out, and I got myself back on an auto ship really quick.
That's awesome. Now, Tracy, you're not just the average mom and all of that. We've been connecting, and this is the power of the Fit and Fun game. I didn't really know Tracy Brown until she came on and started playing games, and we've been chatting back and forth and connecting on the social media. And you were kind of posting the other day what your life looks like, being a homeschool mom and a mother of several children. You kind of keep yourself pretty busy, and yet over this 5 years and definitely this past 3-year experience, you've been able to, I think you said it so well, in pockets of time, been able to really engage in your overall health and wellness and the financial opportunity as well. Tell me what that experience is for you as a very, very busy mom.
I think I get to do all of this because of Isogenics. I really believe that. I had a traditional business before, and it was still out of my home, but it required me to be here 24/7, and that was very challenging once my kids started coming. And so Isogenics has really opened up the world for me to be able to stay home, and it's not inexpensive to homeschool children. And, working on a single income is almost impossible in this world anymore, it seems like. So I love that I can really focus. I really gave 2 years of good, solid focus to this, and honestly, I did have to build it in the pockets of my time. I loved it when I heard that woman say that. I said, that's me, that's my life. But I really gave it a good 2 years, and now I give it, every day. It's just become a part of my life. It's not like I have to go to work. It's just the way it is. So when I'm taking the kids to soccer or baseball or basketball or wherever we are, people want to know what it is that I'm doing. We engage in conversation, and that's how I build a lot of that business. When we take snacks for their soccer team and stuff, I take a bottle of water, and I want more energy to it, a packet of that, and that's what the kids get from us. So that's the kind of way I fit it into our time frame. We homeschool. When you homeschool, you don't have that hour from 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon to yourself. Instead, you have 24 hours a day with your children, and they're packed with learning. So we do it weekends and everything else. It's all a part of what we do. But we really make life our whole, educational process. So they actually engage in Isogenics with me, and that's part of what we do is we're building this business together, and that's where they're learning their money management. They learn business management. They're 9 and 7 years old, and they can do a whole entire Isogenics presentation as well as anybody. So we just put it in.
That's awesome. What's so interesting, Tracy, is I homeschool as well. Better said, my wife homeschools, and I've been working out of my home for 10 years. So I definitely know that experience, what it is to be that committed. So congratulations. I applaud you on that. But yet in all of those pockets of time, Tracy, you've been able to level up. Now in the game term, in the financial incentives game term, there's a player, there's an associate player, that person that refers one person to play with them. Then there's a level 3 consultant player who refers 2 people to play with them. And that referral process is so powerful to bring others to join in on the experience. Then there's a level 4 star lead player. And you are a level 5 executive player, meaning you've leveled up to the executive status in the Isagenix referral program. And also now you're leading a team on the Fit and Fun game. What does it feel like to be an executive with Isagenix and their compensation and referral system?
I can't say enough about their compensation and referral system. It's by far the best I've seen in the industry, and like I said, it's what makes me be able to do what I do and stay home like that. So being an executive with them is wonderful, and I just think that this game in particular makes that so easy and so easily attainable. I love that. I love that I can more easily coach people through this game because it allows me to coach more at one time. And in the past, that was kind of a challenge for me, and that's where becoming that executive would become more of a challenge because it put more on my plate. But this has really helped. I consider this is helpful for a lot of people.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about that, Tracy, here as we come around towards conclusion. You've built your business. You've helped no telling how many people engage in the nutritional system over this past 5 and especially over the past 3 years. And now this past 28 days, I believe you were introduced to the game by Kirk Metz. You joined on a team with Ty Helgenberger. Now on Wednesday, in just a couple days, you're going to be leading your first team. What is the game experience, both from a player, you played it for 28 days, and now gearing up as a lead player? Tell me a little bit of the difference between what it means to be a player and a lead player using the Fit and Fun game and being part of the Isagenix nutritional system inside of the game environment versus prior, in those years prior where you didn't have the game.
Well, yeah, being a player on the game has been really fun for me because when you're a long-term user of Isagenix, it's just my daily routine. I do the same thing almost every day, and it's what I actually want to eat, not what I have to eat. And so that part's easy for me. But what I really find is that remembering to cleanse. It's like I'll look back and I'll say, oh gosh, it's been a couple months since I've had some cleanse days. And even though I do daily cleansing always. So joining this game as a player, it really helps me just focus in and stay consistent and say, oh yeah, it's time to cleanse. And I did it with my team, which made me even more accountable or capable of doing that. So I really loved it from a player standpoint, and I like from a lead standpoint, I can't wait because, like I said, it's going to be such a nice way to coach people and to have people have a whole support system. I think that in the past, okay, so going back to the past, sometimes they felt it was just me, and if they couldn't get a hold of me, then, they might just make some decision that wasn't the best. And it's not that I wasn't easy to get a hold of, but when you're coaching a lot of people, they kind of see that when it's one-on-one like that, I think that it tends to be less, they don't get the whole vision of the company. And something about this game lets them see that there's a whole lot more out there, a lot more support. Other people, they get to hear their stories. I love the social media wall because, if nothing else, it reminds them to pay attention to what happens during the day. And I like that most people actually pay attention to the positive things on that wall. So I think that's helpful also. So I just like the idea of having a support system. And as far as group coaching goes, this is a great way to do it. I love this because it's not just a phone call. They get to take part all the way around.
Tracy,
I really love it a lot.
That's so awesome. And I tell you, I loved your feedback. From the moment that you got involved playing the game, your mind started sparking. You sent me an email of all the ideas of ways of sharing the game and different videos that we could do for you and ways of communicating it. I can definitely tell you're definitely a leader in your life, in your home, in your Isagenix business, and now with the Fit and Fun game. I just really want to thank you for playing. Anything you want to share? Any closing remarks before we wrap up your interview today?
guess I would just say I love the idea of inviting people to this, but there is one thing. Some people don't understand the gaming idea right away, and I had somebody say that today. They're like, well, I don't think the game's for me. I said, really? Okay, so how about if we just coached you, and I'll use the format of the game to coach you? And he goes, oh, well, that sounds like a good plan. I said, okay, this is what I need you to do. And he's falling right into it, but it was just worded a little bit differently, and he's going to get the same great results, because I think people get better results in this format. And so I'm really excited to bring him on like that. And I just say, if it doesn't work the first time, rephrase it and see what happens the second time.
Beautiful, beautiful advice from an isogenics expert, Miss Tracy Brown from Colorado. Tracy, thanks for taking your time out of your day. I know you've got 2 business partners running around the house there that you had to carve out some time to really make sure you could be with us today. So thank you for taking your time all the way out in Colorado and being with us.
Thank you, Kyle. It was great.
All right. Well, we will talk to you soon, Miss Tracy, and we'll see you on the leaderboard soon. Have a great day.
Hi, Kyle. You too.
Well, guys, I'm excited. I tell you, there's so many great things happening, just like with Tracy there. Just so many results are happening. People are just really increasing their results on a phenomenal basis. And just like what Tracy was talking about, Ty Helgenberger, another very experienced isogenics associate who has been teaching people how to use this nutritional system for years, is really utilizing now the game environment to reinforce those patterns, just like what Tracy talked about. Wow, wait a minute, I got to remind myself I need to cleanse and to get back into a healthy lifestyle. Matter of fact, Kirk Metz, one of the guys who helped found this game, you know, he was talking about, you know, I haven't done such a phenomenal cleanse ever, probably in all of his years with isogenics, than when he did his first game. And he really focused in on when he was taking those nutritionals, when he was getting the system into his body, and even today with Peter Greenlaw, and definitely on last Friday's call where he really got into the systemic part of the nutritional system. It's absolutely powerful to actually be in a system and use a system of nutrition, and not just a bunch of little parts spread out, but really bringing this nutrients into your body. And that's why we're producing 208 pounds, over 500 inches released from just a few people in match 1 of this game. And so I'm so excited. Well, guys, we're going to visit the leaderboard, and we're going to take a look at how match 1 wrapped up and show you that 90% of the players are actually going on and playing new games. It's absolutely phenomenal. So guys, match 1 is wrapping up like this. Deb Swears and the Inner Fire team have definitely locked in that #1 position for match 1. So, Deb, and congratulations for you and your team, Inner Fire. You guys are just rocking it. Deb was one of the first teams to play our beta rounds months and months ago. And her team just keep playing, and keep playing. They're producing such phenomenal results. Next, we've got Robert Ricciardelli and the CZN Fit Tribe. I tell you what, Robert is a rock star, and he has actually launched 3 different teams now, but they own that #2 position, followed up by Hillary Sims and the Accelerators. Now, there's always this competition going on between the CZN Fit Tribe and Hillary and Deb's team. And of course, as you know, in match 1, there was a lot of investigation going on in Robert Ricciardelli's team. Matter of fact, I have sequestered him to come to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. He's arriving on the plane this Wednesday, and we're going to be setting him down for some personal interviews. We have a polygraph test that we're going to hook him up with and really determine whether there was legitimately questionable recruiting practices and that he was actually recruiting in kind of a under-to-the-table kind of way. With Gina Paris and some of the people that he brought onto his team, there were some definite questionable score fixing and also recruiting practices. So we'll let you know. I mean, he's been denying all charges. His team has been denying all charges, but we've taken it upon ourselves to fly him into the Fit Fun Game headquarters and actually do a one-on-one interview with a polygraph test, and we will let you know those results when they come in. But as it stands now, uncontested, he's holding that #2 position and actually has Hillary Sims, the Accelerators, just barely nudging them out, and them coming in with 3,513 points, owning that #3 position. And now the Fit and Fun Tribe. Now, guys, we came in 4th, and I've got to just, you know, claim it. That's how it happened. But, guys, we actually rocked the pounds and inches. I tell you, we might have come in 4th. Our players might not have been entering their scores as good as some of the other players, but I tell you what, they absolutely produced some absolute phenomenal results in everything they were doing. So we come in right there. Let me scroll down the leaderboard here and get that going where you guys can see a few more teams, because we got a lot of real estate to cover here. Next, we've got my Isagenix rock stars. These guys did a great job. 9 players, 3,167 points. Awesome. And now looky here, we've got Ty Helgenberger. This is the team that Tracy was playing on. That Ty's team, the Isagenix Real Rockstars, whatever that means, Ty. They came in and they're about to finish out their match here in the next couple days. 3,129 points. They're going to actually rank up there in the overall scorecard, and they're going to actually be pushing out some positions for overall ranking overall. And then we've got Terry Warner's Wii team. Terry is actually leveling up, going to be starting another team this week or next week, and she's actually going to be really bringing her team into organization and play. She's got some great people on her team that are really looking to produce some phenomenal results. So we're going to see the Wii team up here in the next match 6 or match 7 actually bring it on, and I think they're going to be a really great team and really tough to beat as they come on. Robert Ricciardelli, CZN Fit Tribe 2. I tell you what, he just keeps launching tribes. Here we got a match 4 team here who's coming on, Robert Ricciardelli's tribe, the Tribe 2. We've got another Match 4 team, the Isagenix Supremes, coming on. So we got some Match 4 teams rocking and rolling. And guys, here is all of these Match 5 players coming on board now. These Match 5 players are primarily Match 1 players who are coming in and already beginning to form their other teams. We've got Inner Fire, Deb Schweers. Guys, they're coming back. They're looking for that number 1. Look at them right now. They're already ranked up higher than the other Match 5 players. Guys, they are rocking it. It is going to be tough to beat this team, and so you guys better start some collusion techniques or doing something to knock these guys off the leaderboard. We've got Ricky Neer coming in with the Quantum Visionary. She was a player from Match 1. Her and her mother, Kirk Metz, and I are playing on those teams, and we're actually rocking it. So the Quantum Visionaries are going to be rocking and rolling in this particular match. We've got Robert Ricciardelli, CZN Fit Tribe 3. This guy is just popping them out. I guess these Italians are fertile. I mean, he's got 3 teams going out here. His first team is already under investigation. So everybody keep your eye on CZN Fit Tribe 2 and 3. Robert might try to pull some further antics in the game. So keep your eye on that. We've got Hillary Sims coming up, the Accelerator 2s. I think they're going to really give the Ricciardelli team a big run for their money. And then, guys, I'm loving this. These Match 6 teams that are coming on. We've got the ISA Dreamers, led by no other than Tracy Brown, who just joined us. Not only has she played successfully, she's already launched her next team before she's even finished Match 4 on Ty Helgenberger's team. That's dedication. That's commitment. That's saying, I own this thing, and I'm bringing it. And she is really mustering up a great team for the ISA Dreamers. And bringing up Clayton Solwood has made the Hustlers, and he's bringing on a powerful team of all the players he was playing with on Ty's teams as well. And guys, we've got a lot of other people coming up, Match 6 and Match 7 starting rounds. Again, 90% of the players playing match after match, week after week. And guys, that is just absolutely phenomenal. It's unprecedented in Isagenix and the nutritional system to have that level of commitment, that level of play, that level of focus and energy in this game. It is so exciting. Guys, the calls are going phenomenal. The financial incentives, the people that are leveling up to be lead players and tapping into the financial incentives are going phenomenal. We now have the ISA Dream Game moving into its 2nd week, where people are really leveling up in their personal development, their intention, their focus. Guys, these games are really a game changer. Applying this Gamplify, as we call it, amplifying your results using game dynamics, and that is exactly what the Fit and Fun game is doing, is really helping people produce unprecedented results in a few short weeks. Guys, we'll see you on Thursday. Actually, no game update this coming Thursday. We're traveling, got a lot of events going on. We'll be back at you next Monday for our next game update. We'll have a special guest then. Guys, keep rubbing up those leaderboards. Keep following in, clicking in your scores, drinking your water, getting your sleep, and really playing the game and having fun. We'll see you on next Monday's webinar update. Have a great week.